From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Run of Kutch to the Ganges, the railways interlink a whopping 7,000 plus stations. Such is the expanse of the Indian rail network. Its length is equivalent to traveling the Earth's circumference almost twice. From carrying clay on its first ride in 1851 to satellite parts, the Indian Railways has come a long, long way. The spinal cord of India's growth, the railways has been instrumental in binding together our great nation. When the first passenger train undertook its journey in 1853, it carried only 400 passengers. But today, the Indian Railways carry over 2.5 crore people every single day. Indian Railways operate over 7,000 freight trains, catering to the industrial and economic growth. From being a rich man's fancy to becoming the most affordable mode of transport, the Indian Railways has evolved with changing times. Indian Railways has had an illustrious 170-year journey, a long, eventful journey worth cherishing. What better place than a dedicated museum to store and admire this heritage? Proposed in 1970, the National Rail Museum was opened to visitors on the 1st of February 1977 by the then Railway Minister Shri Kamalapati Tripathi. The museum has an outdoor yard housing various locomotives, carriages and coaches, while an indoor gallery exhibits the memorabilia. The indoor gallery is an octagon-shaped structure housing amazing exhibits. The information is systematically organized in the 8 zones of the octagon. Every section houses photographs, working models, miniatures, informational kiosks, quizzing consoles, and many other interactive audiovisual exhibits. The first zone starts with a display of tickets and old badges from the first few years of its inception. Further in, we witness the journey of invention and development of the steam engine. The neatly placed models in glass cases make a lovely sight. Moving on, we get to see some rare photographs of the Maharajas with their private railway staff, their private saloons and carriages. There are some old royal insignia displayed on the walls too. And then some more photographs highlighting the difficulty of laying tracks in the pre-industrial revolution era. The thoughtful presentation of these colored and glazed exhibits captivate children and adults alike. If you want to explore in greater detail, you can avail the informative interactive consoles. Every piece of information is accompanied with appropriate pictures. The ticketing system, dating from pre-independence, is well represented in this video. It's hard to believe that earlier it used to take almost one whole day to be able to book a one-way ticket.
Indian Railways stands committed to its...
One entire section is dedicated to the technological developments seen over the years. It demonstrates the advancements in the rails, wheels, braking systems, switches, and traffic control systems. There are also exhibits that explain the evolution of systems from manual to mechanical to electrical and to finally digital. There is a huge gaming console at the center of the gallery that has a vivid quiz about railways. Families are seen vying for better scores as they answer the quizmaster. This part of the museum is rarely vacant. Behind this central part are simulator models of diesel and steam locomotives with a VR-equipped simulator as well. Boarding the diesel engine beam, you can even become a locomotive driver for a while. Thanks to this excellent simulation, we understand the complexity a loco driver has to deal with every day. We even get to share a big chunk of this excitement. The simulator has a 3D projection mapping, giving you the feel of an actual journey. Guided by the museum staff, the guests even get to participate in a fun game. The game is designed in such a way that you get to operate every switch and control on the console. Wishing you a safe journey, Mr. Loco Driver. It's almost impossible to become a Steam Loco driver in modern times. But the museum offers you this experience. You could hop onto a steam engine simulator and chug away to glory. Right beside the simulated engines is the VR coach. You are provided with a VR gear for the scintillating ride depicting the journey of Indian Railways. You just travel into another world guided by the display in your headgear. It leaves you amazed as the coach actually moves and shakes to add to the virtual reality experience. The various miniature models of the locomotives leave you bewildered with their precision. One exhibit explains how the railways manages and builds its tunnels and its gigantic bridges. One gets to see the huge cranes needed to transport material in the difficult terrains. One begins to appreciate the engineering and the designing effort involved in such complex projects. The furniture and coaches of the old times simply mesmerizes you and even evokes nostalgia in the older folks. Eventually, there is a section that also shows you what the future of railways is going to be like. All the new age facilities and infrastructure are represented well on a huge 10-feet visual display. A mesmerizing exhibit in the Railway Museum is the Miniature India model. It is located on the first floor of the Indoor Gallery of the museum. The miniature is a huge, intricately made model representing modern India. It highlights how railways contribute in the upliftment of the nation's socio-economic status. With over 20 working trains, the Miniature India is an absolute visual delight. The Rail Museum also houses an auditorium and a VIP lounge. The auditorium is used for several social and cultural events. It has a state-of-the-art sound and light system accompanying all modern amenities. To carry a piece of this memorable experience, one could visit the souvenir shop right outside. Imagine having royal insignia magnets displayed back home. There are puzzles and toy engines for kids and adults alike. You could also own the brass Station Master watch or the big platform clocks in their original antique form. The shop also houses unique books filled with fun and knowledge. The books entertain and introduce the kids to the marvels of the Indian Railways.
I think, look, as a child, I was also very fascinated by trains, and my children are also very fascinated by trains. And to be honest, I enjoy coming to the museum as much as my children.
म्यूजियम बहुत ही अच्छा है, पुराने से लेके अभी तक सारी जानकारियाँ हैं.
I've been to many museums, but this one would be the most spectacular museum I've ever been to. It's so impressive.
It's aesthetically quite appealing. It's interactive. It's quite informative.
I think definitely the railways having a museum is a very nice thing.
हर किसी को देखना चाहिए ताकि हम भी कुछ योगदान दे सके रेलवे की और बेहतरी में और उस जैसा है वैसा रखने में, तो देखना चाहिए. बहुत अच्छा है.
There's a lot for the kids to kind of do and learn, and there's a lot for the elders to kind of know about the glorious past of the Indian Railways.
I've never seen displays so colourful and so well represented as I have seen here. It is absolutely marvellous.
With 5 lakh people visiting the museum every year, the National Rail Museum is simply a must-visit destination. One could spend hours together appreciating the many exciting exhibits in this unique museum. truly one-of-a-kind marvel. The National Rail Museum. See you soon.